Alright guys, welcome back to episode 4 this time of the Steve Clarke Scotland experiment here on Football Manager 2019. This is going to be the penultimate episode. Episode 5 will be the finale. In this episode we're going to find out if Steve Clarke can A, get us to the World Cup, and B, can he win us the World Cup, which I highly doubt is going to happen, to be honest. We'd settle for A every fucking 4 years. But you never know, sometimes you've got to be optimistic. Not a lot of people thought Wallace was going to win, and he did, so maybe Steve Clarke can get the job done, even though he's about 2 foot shorter and doesn't have long hair and isn't wielding a big fucking giant sword. But you never know, man, maybe he can just pick up Andy Robertson, start swinging him at every other cunt, and we might qualify, we might get the job done, who knows. So, last episode, you seen that we just missed out on the Euros. It was pretty harsh, you know. We got into the Euro Nation playoffs, and Serbia beat us 2-1 in the final. To be fair, they did deserve the win. It was unfortunate, you know, they dominated the game, and it just means that we need to wait another 2 years to find out if we can get to a major tournament, which is pretty annoying, guys. But with that said, let's check out how Scotland have done since then. First, we'll be looking at the Euro Nations League, which follows the Euro 2020, and then we'll have a look at the World Cup qualifying group. We'll see if we qualified for the World Cup, and if we did, then we'll progress to the World Cup, and we'll see if we can do any damage. But before we do that, let's go and check what happened at Euro 2020 and see who was successful. Hopefully it wasn't the fucking English. And there you can see in the final it was Spain defeating Germany by 1-0, and that is the third time now Spain have won this in 4 attempts. Obviously they won it in 2012, 2008, and now they've won it in 2020. So Spain, definitely, you could consider them the European champions in more ways than one. Definitely the team to beat in Europe. But let's see how did any of the home nations qualify. You know, England's probably bound to have qualified. It'll be interesting to see if they did or not, and how far did they get. I mean, practically now, any decent team that qualifies, due to the increased amount of teams participating, A, it's pretty much impossible if you're a top team not to qualify, and B, if you do qualify, you're pretty much guaranteed to get into the knockout stages now that they've made it 4 out of the 6 groups have 3 teams that go through. And to me, I don't like that, guys. I prefer that, you know, when there was only 16 teams. I don't think 3 teams from a group of 4 should ever be going through. To me, that makes no sense at all. If anything, if it wasn't going to be 2, if they were going to change the amount of teams that should go through, it should be decreasing. There's no way 3 teams should be qualifying, advancing via a 4-team group. No one's going to convince me of that. Even if it means in real life, like, you know, it gives Scotland a better chance of being there, or a better chance of, you know, progressing, I wouldn't take it, because I don't think it would feel much. It doesn't really do much for me, you know. Who cares if you're progressing against, like, Diddy teams? You know what I mean? You get to the Euros, you want to mix it up against the best of the best, and I just feel with the new, you know, structure, to me it's weakening what the Euros means. In the World Cup, they want to increase the World Cup to 48 teams, and to me that would be a huge blow to the World Cup. But anyway, enough about that. No one wants to hear me ramble on a load of shite. Well, maybe some people do, but I'm not going to do it. Well, I always do it, but I'm going to try and move on now with this series. So, you see Italy, Iceland, Croatia get through for Group A. Group B. Group B, actually, a pretty close group. You look at that, man, and you'd expect Belgium to go through, but any 4 of those teams could have went through, and it was, in the end, it was Sweden and Russia. Group C, another pretty close group: Holland, Portugal, Norway, and Austria. Austria being the unlucky ones missing out. Group D, Poland, England, Ukraine, and Slovenia. Poland and England go through. Poland getting a clean sweep, beating all the teams in the group, including a 3-2 win over England. No bad. Oh, look at that. Wales and Ireland both qualified, got each other in the same group, and it is Wales that go through. France and Spain get the top 2 positions. Wales go through in 3rd place. And in the last group, it is Germany, Bosnia, and Serbia going through, and Switzerland, the team to miss out. So, Some decent groups in that Euros, man. Not a lot of Diddy teams there, not a lot of poor teams qualified. Armenia is probably the only team I'm looking at here. I'm thinking, they really look out of place at the Euros. Apart from that, actually, it wasn't that bad. Let's see here what happened in the second round. Portugal beat Italy, Russia beat Iceland, Wales lost in penalties to Sweden. That is tough to take. Holland beat Serbia 3-0. England beat France 3-0. Fucking shocker, man. Absolutely shocked about that, Ian. Spain beat Croatia 1-0. Germany beat Norway 4-0. Poland beat Bosnia and Herzegovina. Quarterfinals. Portugal beat Sweden 3-2. Germany just scraped through against Russia on penalties. Finally, England glue it thanks to Spain 2-0. Poland beat Holland 1-0. In the semis, Germany knocked out Portugal by 2-0. Spain beat Poland 3-0. And then obviously we know in the final, Spain beat Germany. I think based on those results, I think Spain probably deserved the Euros. They had a tough group, they got through it. And they were convincing, let's just say that, they were convincing in the knockout stage. Right, anyway, so we found out what happened in the Euros. Now let's see if Scotland can make their way to the 2022 World Cup. So obviously, while Scotland weren't participating in the Euros, they had a couple of friendlies, and the friendlies went not too bad. A 3-2 win against Belarus away, and then a 3-1 win at home against Australia. I mean, wins are wins, and that's what we're looking at here. But moving on, the European League Division B Group 1 now. I know Scotland have went up a division, so obviously it's going to be harder for them. They're going to get a tougher draw, but not a good start, man. 3-0 against Croatia away from home. Absolutely shocking. And then, against Russia at Hampden, lost 3-1. A Carling Grant penalty, whoever the fuck that is. But the goals for Morankuc, Mario Fernandez and Dmitry Yeremov got the job done for Russia. New Zealand, then we beat them in a friendly 3-0, which is all well and good, but again, it's friendly, it's not really important. Up next, we needed to get a result in this European Nations League match, and we did. Croatia took an early lead through Rebic, then we fired back with Lee Griffiths and Ryan Fraser to win 2-1 at Hampden. Solid win there. Give Steve Clarke credit where it's due. It's a good win. Then talk about wins. Fucking hell, this is not a good win. Well, it's a good win for Georgia. They beat us 3-1. Georgia, bloody our bogey team, man. They cost us a place in the Euro 2008. And now they're beating us, albeit in a much lesser importance game, a friendly. But still, I'm sick of losing to these Georgian cunts. Come on, sort it out. And then in the last game in the Euro Nations League against Russia, it's Dabuza, and his 2 goals meant that we got beat by 2-0, and that's probably going to be enough to knock us out, guys, of the Nations League. Let's have a quick look and see. I can't imagine we'll go through, and you see we don't go through, so we're unlucky. Russia dominating the Nations League. If we'd have beat Russia in the last game, we wouldn't have won it, but we would have finished second, and we wouldn't have been relegated, but unlucky, we have been relegated, and we're going to go back down to Division C, which will make it easier for us next time, but, it's unfortunate that we do not get an opportunity now to qualify via the European Internationals League, but we won't worry about that too much. Right, let's move on now to the World Cup qualifiers. So we've been drawn against Belgium, Finland, Ukraine and Azerbaijan in these qualifiers, and we didn't get off to the best start, but at least we've got the hardest game out the way. Going to Brussels, it is a 3-0 win for Belgium. Goals for Kevin De Bruyne, Toby Alderweireld and Axel Witsel. Sinking the Scottish ship, and pretty much like real life. After that, it was a 2-1 win against Finland, a much needed win, and really, I know it's early days, but had we not won this match, it's probably game over. Probably not got a chance of qualifying. Fraser and Cummins with the 2 goals. We followed that up with an away draw against Ukraine, which is not bad. 2-2. Goals from Cal McGregor and Scott McKenna getting us a draw in Ukraine in front of 40,000 people. And then we followed that up in a repeat match, a rematch at Hampden. And unfortunately, it is a draw. Now, a draw is not a bad result against Ukraine. But, it kind of cancels out the good draw that we had before. So it means that we're not really gaining anything. I mean, the away draw was very good. If we could have won the home game, it would have been absolutely fantastic, taking 4 points for Ukraine. Overall, we're taking 2 points, and that means after 4 games, albeit we have had the hardest team away from home, plus 2 games against a decent Ukraine side, it means that we're only on 5 points out of a possible 12, which isn't great, but you never know. You never know. We'll have to have a strong end to the qualifying campaign. Up next, we had a 2-0 win against Turkey, only a friendly, so don't get too excited. And then in the next European qualifiers, we beat Azerbaijan 3-0. Richie, Cummins and McBurney with the goals. Solid stuff. And then holy shit, look at this. We beat Belgium at Hampden. Holy fuck, Steve Clarke is the man. Steve Clarke is God. 2 goals for Liam Henderson, a goal for Lee Griffiths, and Eden Hazard there got a consolation for Belgium, but didn't mean nothing as they got beat 3-1. That's what I like to see. And after that, we travelled to Helsinki to beat Finland again. This time by 3-1. We're on an absolute roll here, man. Absolute roll. Got 1 game remaining. A friendly now against Jamaica. We beat them 3-2. And in the last European qualifier, 2-0 away to Azerbaijan. So look at that. We've won 6 games in a row. We're undefeated in 9. That is not bad. We won our last 4 qualifiers. Albeit 2 of those games were against Azerbaijan, 1 was against Finland, but 1 was also against Belgium at Hampden, so massive win there. The only thing I'm worried about is I believe the qualification format has changed for the World Cup, so it's only the top team that goes through automatically. Second place team does have a chance, but it has to go through, you know, the second place finish and all that shit, so it's a bit complicated. Well, we'll find it out in a wee second. Let me just tally up the points here. Out of a possible 8 games, 24 points. We dropped 7, so we got 17 points. 17 points out of 24. It's going to depend on what Belgium did. Did Belgium drop more than 7 points? Well, they dropped 3 against us, so we need them to drop another 4, probably 5 based on goal difference against other teams. To be honest, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Let's have a look. Please be enough. Please be enough. Oh fuck, in the ranked section. Where are we? Alright, so here you can see the teams here. Where's our group? Where are we? Are we anywhere? I don't fucking see us. Group 9. And no, we didn't qualify. Are you joking? We didn't qualify. That is bullshit, man. Finished second, but hold on, there must be. Give us a wee. I need to check this. So we finished second. Belgium got 21 points. They won every game then, apart from the match they lost against us. But is there no way to qualify through second place? How do you? Hold on, guys. Bear with me. How do you get second place teams? Here we go. Come on, we're right up there, man. We're on 17 points. That is a good total. I don't believe that we didn't Oh my, look at that. So we ended up finishing 4th and only the top 3 go through, man. That is fucking bullshit. Absolute bullshit. With the same bloody points as Bosnia as well, 17 points. But they had 2 better goal difference. That is sick. Absolute sick, guys. So we've missed out on a place at the World Cup by goal difference. Who the fuck did Bosnia have in their group? Oh, that is absolute shite. In the World Cup, they've been given Italy, Ivory Coast and Qatar, whatever the fuck you want to call them, but I'm more interested to see who they had in their group. Oh, come on, look at that group. Jesus. So the results against Latvia don't count, but fuck me. We could have won that group. Look at that, man. Bosnia. It just doesn't seem fair, does it? It doesn't seem fucking fair at all. No happy with that. The fact that their toughest team was Sweden. And Sweden are nowhere near Belgium. Let's be honest, man. Nowhere near Belgium. Even Finland are a lot better than Estonia. You know? Finland are definitely better than Estonia. And Azerbaijan are better than Gibraltar, newly formed Gibraltar, who are pish. So that's why Bosnia have better goal difference than us, because the top team in their group's not as good, and the shitter teams are not as good as our shitter teams. So I think we've been very unlucky there, man. To lose, I think that's shocking. That is fucking shocking, man. Not happy, guys. Absolutely not happy at all. That is pish. Dog pish. Big donkey dog pish. That is crap, man. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the world rankings. We're back up to 38th, which is the highest we've been in quite a while. So I don't believe there's 37 teams in the world that are better than Scotland, but at least we're going in the right direction. I think that we should be in the top 30, possibly top 25. Hopefully we can get there. Any landmarks? Relegation from the European International League, unfortunately. Kieran Tierney is the new vice captain, which won't really help much if he can't get a game, but it'll be interesting to see what he's being done with. And Steve Clarke now, still in the job. He's not been sacked, he's not left, he's still there, guys, for everyone to see. Look at that. He's got a 62% winning record with Scotland. That is very good, very good. 23 wins, 6 draws and 8 defeats. So Steve Clarke doing the job at the moment. He's doing well, he's doing what you'd expect, but unfortunately he's just missing out. Missed it by the final by losing to Serbia 2-1 in a place at Euros, and then missed it in the World Cup by fucking 2 goals, man. 2 goal difference. And really, we've already been over it, man. It was an easy group there for Bosnia, and that is why they, racked up a lot more goals than we did. So that is very unfortunate, man. But that is probably it. Most expensive Scottish player, Oliver Burke. Nottingham Forest. Alright, we already know that. Tore Andre Flo within the nation. I can't believe Rangers paid 12 million for him back in the day. Shocking. All that bloody money that they don't have, and they're spending it on pish players like Flo. Unbelievable. But anyway, guys, that is it. Hopefully next time out, in the final episode, we can sign off with a high and try and qualify for the 2024 Euros. And that is going to be it, man. Till next time, been Scotland 90. Peace.